5 areas of health. It matters what you eat, how much you eat, what you're choosing, and when you're eating it. It's important how much. Just a real quick reminder, guys, please put yourself on mute. Thank you. It's about how much you move, right, and that you move throughout the day. It's important that you get sufficient sleep, and that sleep is good quality sleep. It's important to drink enough water and to take into consideration what other beverages you're drinking. It's important to react positively to stress, because stress, when it invades your body, releases hormones that you do not want your body releasing. Okay, we talked about small changes, big differences, that these little changes, these little improvements add up over time. So today we're talking about the New Year's goals, resolutions. Did anyone make any resolutions this year?
Yeah.
Are you still hanging on to them?
I am.
Good.
Started yoga.
Nice.
My New Year's resolution.
That's great.
By now, only 8% of the people that made resolutions are actually fulfilling them.
Yeah. So if you've been a gym goer, what happens the first week of January?
It's passed.
Oh,
Yeah. You can't get a parking spot, you can't get a locker, you can't get a treadmill, right? Now that it's February 18th or whatever today is, guess what? Completely back to normal, right? So it's important to have goals, but don't make these huge, gigantic resolutions that are unrealistic, because then 8 days in, you're no longer working on them. So a few fun facts. Let me minimize this guy. So New Year's actually started back in 153 BC. I love fun facts. January is actually named after Janus, a mythical king of Rome. The reason they named January after Janus is that he had 2 faces. So I thought it was appropriate because he could look forward over the upcoming year, and he could look back over the year that just finished. I'm a big fan of reflecting at New Year's. So think a year ago from New Year's. How was your health? Was it the same? Was it better? Was it worse? What were your goals a year ago? Did you work on them? Did you achieve them? If not, what happened? And then look forward a year. A year from now, what would you like to see for yourself related to health and wellness? What are your big picture goals for 2015? And then it's actually Julius Caesar is attributed with moving into January 1. Okay? So some common resolutions that we hear are related to getting healthier, getting organized, traveling, saving money, volunteering. Do these sound pretty familiar? Mm-hmm. They're great resolutions, but what you need to do is make them SMART goals. You need to plan for it. So if you want to volunteer, it's best to schedule yourself and get it on the calendar, right? Because if you see Saturday morning you're supposed to be at Gleaner's Food Bank, that's where you'll be. But if you don't actually schedule it, what happens? The month goes by, and then the next month goes by. Or if you want to eat healthy, it'd probably be a good choice to buy some healthy foods so you have some healthy options. Write it down. We're actually going to do that today together. We're going to write down some goals. So studies have shown that when you write goals, they're much more likely to come true. It's important to put them down on paper. Tell the world what your goals are so they can support you. They can be a good system. So if you told me every day at lunch you're going to go for a walk and it's 2 o'clock and you are still sitting at your desk, I can say, hey, what are you doing? You said you were going to go for a walk. Get your shoes on, let's go. Think year-round. So think about what your big goals are and then break them into small goals. So a lot of people have talked about weight. That's a common resolution, right? A gentleman told me, I want to lose 30 pounds in 2015, but that sounds really overwhelming. Well, so let's do the math. Broke it down, that's 2.5 pounds a month. Who thinks 2.5 pounds in 1 month sounds overwhelming? It really doesn't. So think big picture, but then break it down into small, manageable pieces. So to do that, you really need to make your goals SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. So don't say, I want to get healthier. That's very ambiguous, right? It's not a yes-no question. So you know what? I want to use the gym 3 days a week. I want to go to yoga 2 days a week. I want to get in 80 ounces of water a day. Make it something definitive. Usually your goals need a number to be definitive. That relates to either quantity, duration, or frequency. goals are, you have to make them SMART, specific, so you can physically check them off. Find a buddy. Isn't everything better with a buddy? Going to the gym, exercising, eating healthy, or if you have someone at home, it really helps to get them on board, right? Because if you're trying to eat healthy and they're like, hey, you want me to run through Taco Bell on the way home? No. Why would you even say that, right? Okay? Those are called enablers. Okay? Create an incentive. Say, you know what? If I go to the gym 3 days a week for the entire month of February, I get to buy myself a new pair of tennis shoes or a new cute little workout zippy, or don't use food as an incentive. Okay? Have you guys heard the saying, don't reward yourself with food, you're not a dog? Right? Okay? Kind of a cute little saying. Daily reminders. So when we complete the sheet together, what I'm going to have you guys do is physically post it somewhere where you see it. I like my refrigerator because I walk through my kitchen maybe 3 times a day. If you're in a cubicle or in a desk, you can put it up there. If you're in a truck all day, you can hang it up in there. So constantly you're seeing your goals and being reminded, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be breathing. I'm supposed to be drinking my water. I'm supposed to be, okay? And then think about the results and have those small checkpoints. Again, you want to lose 30 pounds. That's fantastic. Let's focus on this 2.5, and then that 2.5, and then that 2.5. How can you meet your phone? It depends if you're on your cell phone or a company phone. What kind of phone are you on? Someone asked a question about how do they mute their phone. I can try to administratively mute. It's like okay, I tried to master it.
Send her a message.
Okay. One of my favorite sayings is that being healthy is painless and deliberate. You have to consciously make the choice, right? To not go to drive, to pack your lunch, to go for a walk, to go to bed, to choose water. But it's painless. It doesn't hurt you to go to bed at 10 o'clock. It doesn't hurt you to choose the healthier food. And actually, I would argue that it feels pretty good. Some people just think it's going to kill them to eat a banana versus a donut. I promise you it won't. And it won't hurt. You might think it does. Again, break it into small steps. Look back on where you've succeeded before. So if you were a gym goer, why did you do it? Did you like the instructor? Did you sign up for a class? Did you have a friend that was leading you? If you quit going, what happened? Did it turn cold? Did your friend quit showing up so you didn't have the accountability? Like, think about what successes you've had and what has tripped you up so you can learn from it, right? Prepare, okay? If you want to use your treadmill, might want to clean it off. How many of you have some kind of cardio device at home? A treadmill, elliptical, a bicycle. How many of you use it? All right, not too bad, not too bad. So I have a phrase that's called make it to, or break, yeah. Hold on, fake it till you make it. I had to think about that. So if you're not a morning worker outer, but you know that's your only opportunity to work out, just get up and do it. Okay, fake it. Because eventually what's going to happen after a week or two of getting up and working out? It's easier. Yeah, your body gets used to waking up. You start having more energy. You sleep better. You're less tired. And you're like, you know what, this working out thing's kind of good. And then eventually what happens?
You feel bad if you don't.
Yeah, you crave it. It's part of your routine, right? Have any of you ever had foods you didn't really used to like, but now you actually tolerate them and then eventually you liked them? And you found yourself automatically putting it on your food, right? Fake it till you make it, because you will. You'll get that positive reinforcement. So today's presentation is really short because we're going to do kind of an activity together, that it is important to have goals. I don't care how small they are, have goals, have things that you're working on. So let's say you need to get more activity. Don't say, I'm going to exercise an hour every day, if that's not going to happen, because you're just setting yourself up to not achieve your goals, right? But say, you know what, I'll do 5 minutes How reasonable is 5 minutes? I think most of you would have a hard time telling me that literally you do not have 5 minutes, right? And so you're creating a habit of that 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes can become 10, and 15, and 20. Does that make sense? Or if you're not a water drinker, say, dude, I can't get that 100 ounces of tomorrow that we've been talking about. Okay, let's start with 1 water bottle, and then 2 water bottles, and then 3. Because again, most of you can't legitimately tell me that I can't achieve 1 bottle of water all day, right? Okay? So those of you that are remote, I want you to grab a piece of paper and number it 1 through 5. Okay, grab a piece of paper and number it 1 through 5.
Sorry.
Let me grab some.
Neil, or get you back to the new office. I'm on the court.
Give me these pens. Let me find some
Shut up.
Is that hers? No, it shouldn't.
You guys are so bad.
Alright.
That'll make you want to eat healthy.
Anyone else need pens? Brittany has a couple more pens. Most needs pens. Anyone else? Alright, guys. Alright, reel it in. Okay. So everyone has a piece of paper in front of them. Okay, you've numbered them 1 through 5, and there's a place for 5 goals. So what I want to do together is write down 5 goals that are specific to you. I will tell you, none of us are perfect. We all have things that we could do a little better, a little more of, or a little less of. Now, you don't have to work on all 5 of these goals from the get-go. You can just work on 1 right now. Or you can work on all 5. So I'm going to give you some ideas. And when you find one and say, ooh, that's me, jot it down. First and foremost, water. Are you getting your water in? We've talked about how water is the primary nutrient in your body. You need it for every single thing your body does. You do not want to be dehydrated. We talked about drinking half your weight in ounces of clear, colorless, freezable liquid. Do you get water from other sources? Sure, but who knows how much. So I just like to be safe and get in my water. I still want a coffee in the morning, I can have coffee. I want a tea in the evening, milk with my lunch, I'm golden. But at least I know I got my water in. So if you need more water, write a water goal. Remember, it needs a number. I will drink 20 ounces, 60 ounces, 100 ounces each day. Okay? Think about what other beverages you're drinking. Are you drinking too much caffeine? Are you drinking caffeine after noon? Remember we talked about, even if you're asleep, caffeine inhibits you from dropping into deep, restorative sleep. So yeah, you're asleep, but it's very superficial. So maybe say, I will not have caffeine after 12 p.m. Okay? Or if you're a 6 coffee drinker, I'll limit myself to 5, or maybe then 4, and then 3, and try to get down to a couple cups. Okay? Think about sodas, energy drinks, alcohol. Again, think about the quantity, the timing, the frequency. You could say, I only get alcohol 2 days a week. You know, Sunday through Thursday, you know, I'm not going to have any wine or beer or something like that. Think about your nutrition, your eating. Are you eating breakfast? Do you need to change what your breakfast is? Are you having a mid-morning snack, a mid-afternoon snack? How's your lunch? Is it packed? Okay, think about dinner time. Think about eating out. Think about, am I getting lean proteins throughout the day? Am I eating 3 servings of veggies? 2 servings of fruit? Am I mostly eating whole grains, whole wheats? Am I getting a healthy fat each day? Most of us aren't eating fish, eggs, avocado, or nuts each day. Okay? Think about your activity. I'm not seeing a lot of pens moving.
I'm all ready to go
All right.
for.
All right. We have the overachiever over here. All right,
I'll share my goals. Do you guys want to hear my goals?
all right.
Neil, that's
Maybe,
really not at all.
maybe in a minute. Okay?
You gotta have a number.
Hey,
So-
I'm complying with the NERD rules, compliance lady.
Okay. So think about your activities. If you are not getting 10,000 steps a day, start working on getting more. And again, that can be a 5-minute walk every day. I'm okay with that. Okay? Think about strength training. Are you working your muscles? We need to be challenging our muscles 2 to 3 days a week. A lot of us think just because we're active and we're lifting and that kind of thing, that's still not the same as doing strength training. And a lot of women, we tend to avoid strength training because we think it's going to make us gain weight or be bulky, and it's exactly the opposite.
How long?
Okay? You know what?
2 days a week, how long?
2 to 3 days a week, I would try to just fatigue a couple muscle groups. Okay, at least. And that's the thing too, we have a whole seminar on exercise. We talk about how much, how to do it, all that good stuff. But that's a great question. Okay? Think about sleep. Are you getting 7.5 hours most nights? We have a sleep seminar. We'll talk about why 7.5 is the ideal number. So maybe set a bedtime saying, you know what? 10 p.m. is lights out. TV's off, phone's off, lights off, I'm in bed. Because I have to get up at X a.m. and that gives me enough time. Okay? Stress. Think about how you react to stress. We talked about how breathing and stretching, a total of 10 minutes a day, makes you happier, healthier, and less stressed. So if you are not stretching and breathing, that would be a great goal. So you know what? Every hour on the hour, I'm going to take deep breaths and stretch. Every time I get a certain email, every time I get out of the car, every time I go to the bathroom before I sit down. Like find something that's a trigger. Okay, find something you do 5 to 10 times a day. My trigger personally is every time I'm waiting at the grocery store, at a red light, I take a deep breath and take a stretch. You guys know how many minutes a day you're waiting? It's kind of a lot. Or to open like a document, right? Or something to connect, or you're on hold. It's a perfect opportunity. Okay, so we talked about water, activity, sleep, stress, nutrition. Look at your sheets. Do you have 5 goals? Now look at your sheets, and each question is it quantitative? Is there a number? If I ask you, did you achieve it, you can give me a definite yes, no. Does that make sense? If not, modify it to be smart.
If you're walking, I know, how many steps are you supposed to be?
10 down.
So it takes on average 10 minutes of casual walking, like if I were at the mall or we just went for a walk down the road, you're going to get about 1,000 steps every 10 minutes, roughly. Okay? So that would be 100 minutes of walking, but don't forget, you're walking throughout the day. You're probably getting 2,000 to 4,000 just by moving around. But if you have a really active job, who has a really active job? Oh wow, one person. Some people are fortunate enough in their job, they're always on their feet, they're always moving. They're moving, 80, 90 minutes a day. But just know for every 10 minutes, you're getting about 1,000 steps. If you're walking faster or you're running, jogging, you're gonna get more. And a mile is roughly, again, this is just general people, it's about 2,000 steps.
2,000.
It's a real good. Some people more, some people less, but it's a good estimate. So if you know what something's a mile, know that you got about 2,000 steps. Did that answer your question? Yes. Okay. All right. So the idea is take these sheets, put them somewhere where you will see them on a regular basis. You can even make a copy. You put one right by your computer and one on your fridge. Now look at your goals. Interestingly enough, think to yourself, how many of these can I achieve if I get home at 6 o'clock and I still haven't done them? There's probably a couple on there you can still do, right? So just because you're home and it's 6:30 doesn't mean you can't still have veggies and go for a walk and do some breathing and stretching and get to bed at 7 o'clock, right? It's always better to try to do, I think, it earlier and get it out of the way so you can't get derailed or to break things up throughout the day.
I think a lot of people have problem with not getting to bed, but they need to wake up so early to get done with the things like college. You gotta get up at 4 in the morning, so have problems with it.
Just-
Bobby.
So there's just 3 days a week, I got 4, I go to the 10, so I get 6 hours of sleep, so.
Yeah,
But my other days I hate.
which is good. So, you know, you have to know yourself and utilize these. But you know what, I agree with you, but there's a lot of people that stay up that aren't really doing anything, right? They're just watching TV and skimming Facebook, and they go to bed and they don't get good sleep because they ate a giant meal, or they drank caffeine, or they drink alcohol, or they have sleep apnea. So I agree, but I think there's a lot more of the population that could do other things. You impact the choices you can. And there's always going to be a couple of things you can't change and you have to work around, but I still think there's a lot of opportunity in a lot of these areas. Does that make sense? Any questions on the goals? So those of you that are remote, when I get back, I will email out, and Christina will email out. We'll always double email, just in case people have come on that I don't have their email, we don't want to miss anyone. We will email out this goal sheet. So if you want another one later, or you get home and your husband or wife wants to go on the bandwagon, you can print them and use them as much as you want. All right, so next month I'm going to inquire. I'm going to say, hey, how'd that go? Did it get thrown in the trash? Are there a bunch of check marks? Okay. Next month's seminar topic I'm really excited about. It's one of my favorites. It's called Big 3. We're going to talk about the 3 big conditions that are plaguing us: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes. We're going to talk about how a lot of health claims in dollars are lifestyle-related conditions. Do you guys know what that means?
Do the diet or change to get them under control?
Exactly. It's choices that led to those conditions, which the good thing is, it's choices that can lead you back. Okay, we're going to talk about exactly what is 120/80, exactly what is, so that you guys really understand these conditions and have a good hold on them. Does that make sense? It's good information, so please try to attend. All right.
Day after the St. Patrick's Day parade, so
Hey, we will have our walk-in though.
Yes.
And please drink your water. So this is the other thing I tell you. So even if you're going to make not healthy choices, you can still do the healthy with it, right? Because not doing the healthy and doing the unhealthy, now you have a big gap. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like for 2 beers, 1 bottle of water.
Exactly. So please do not viciously dehydrate. Does that make sense? But to have the beer and no water, I mean, that's a double whammy. You know, I mean, at least eat your veggies and get your activity in that day and drink your water and at least do the positives if you're gonna do the negatives. But most people tend to kind of offset, and that's just not the best thing to do.